Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 and the conclusion of a replay between CowGoMoo and KiWiKaKi here on Lost Temple. Zealots are out, Colossi are out, KiWiKaKi sitting at a 90 over 100 food army. Both players have really not engaged each other at this point, but both players sitting on a pretty sizable force. CowGoMoo sitting on a 91 or 92 over 102, meanwhile KiWiKaKi sitting at 98 over 100, so both players sitting at a pretty sizable army right there. Both players, this is how much I believe they are mining per second. I cannot imagine that they would actually be sitting on 4,200 minerals. Taking a look at what we have, a Marauder now trying to shoot down this command center. That's got to be a mistake. Unloading that, and now gonna have to perhaps repair that just a little bit. Currently looking in production, the production has a forge and upgrading that ground research, 2 SCVs, a single armory, and another barracks. We have a single probe moving over here and a single pylon from KiWiKaKi trying to scout out this position, making sure that no one expands as much. Colossi still getting upgraded and sitting at 23 damage with a range of 9, so has that extended range. Vikings, I believe, have a range of 10? No, range of 9 against those Colossi, so those Colossi are going to be shooting quite far. Marines are upgraded 1-0 as well, and no upgrades from the armory, so no upgrades for any of those Vikings. Those Vikings sitting on 7 Vikings, going to be trying to cancel out those 3 Colossi. No ghost. Oh, actually, I believe there is a single ghost. I do not know where it is in the field. There it is, and right there, as that ghost is going to be able to use EMP shockwave and reduce the shields of these units by 100. So the Zealots going to be taking that and losing all their shields, along with those Stalkers. Disruptors losing all their shields, and Colossi going to have a remaining 50 shields. Pylons now being warped in around the field, and now we have a single Viking trying to do some scouting as well. Zealots now moving down that ramp 6 gateways. So if anyone is curious on how gateways work, there's a little cooldown timer on them. So if you look at all these gateways right here, it currently says 6. So what you can do is you can warp in 6 Zealots right now, but as soon as you warp in, the gateway will be on a cooldown timer, and you'll see a little like timer tick down going clockwise. See, as those units are now warping in. So let me see, there it is. If you can see that, that's currently going down on a cooldown, and now if I double click, you'll see that he's only able to warp in 4 units out of those 6. I hope that gives you a good representation of how those are used. Zealots now charging in, trying to destroy these destructible rocks. Destructible rocks getting taken down very quickly by those sentries and those Zealots. So perhaps Kiwi gonna take this high yield mineral expansion. Vikings now moving out as well. So, and we also have a command center moving out over here. Oh, Warp Prism quickly getting destroyed. So that Warp Prism perhaps would have been able to warp in some units over here, but that's not really going to work anymore. CowGoMoo now dropping down an orbital command or a planetary fortress here in order to protect this location, and dropping on a couple turrets. Stalkers in position along with those Colossi. Army, taking a look at the armies right now. Sorry, let's take a look at the armies right here. 43 probes against 51, 5 mules, 18 Zealots versus 15 Marauders, couple Marines, a couple Ghosts, and a large number of Vikings as well. So both players massing up a very large army. KiWiKaKi sitting at 141, while CowGoMoo sitting at 157. So this fight should be massive when it does finally come to fruition. Probes now just using the single Xel'Naga watchtower, no one really engaging each other. KiWiKaKi trying to mine from these high yield minerals. So just to remind you, a fully saturated high yield mineral is about the same as a fully saturated blue mineral field, as there are 8 blue minerals compared to the 6 yellow minerals over here. It just takes less workers in order to mine them out. Coming back to the tech lab right now, getting that armory upgrade, or that weapons, the armor upgrades for those infantry units, and we have in fact 2-0 upgrades on these Marines. Salvaging those bunkers right there. So now those bunkers have been mined out. Taking a look at the production, also getting the combat shield, and also getting the level 3 weapons upgrade. Here we have a probe quickly getting taken down, and now once again taking down the Xel'Naga watchtower. So A couple Vikings in the air, a couple Marauders on the ground with Marines. Going to try to go ahead and engage this force. No siege tanks. This is going to be a little bit of an issue as this fight engages. Now, very, very nice shield being brought into play, and now those Vikings trying to shoot down those Colossi. A single Colossi, a nice EMP shockwave, and here's this fight. Down goes another Colossi as those Vikings are finishing off the rest of those forces. Those Vikings perhaps should go into that ground mode and start engaging. A lot of force fields being used, so a lot of those Marauders were unable to really join in. More Stalkers now being warped in with that single pylon, not getting taken down. And now down goes the rest of this army, and CowGoMoo, it looks like he's going to be able to take this game as his army is seen at 137 compared to KiWiKaKi's 44, and that is going to be game one. Very large fight at the end of the game to end it all. So Marines and Marauders with a couple of Vikings in the air, able to counter the Colossi on the ground. KiWiKaKi needs to just warp in as many units as he possibly can. Those 6 gateways still on cooldown, going to be warping in those Zealots now. So 5 Zealots quickly getting warped into position, but those Zealots going to get taken down by those Marauders. And in just a moment, let's see how that's really going to work out. Trying to take down the rest of these units. There are medevacs in the air to heal up the rest of these ground units. Medevacs have plenty of energy. Vikings still in the air. Another reveal on that north-hand side. Colossi trying to be trained, not using that chrono boost as desperately as possible. Zealots coming in, and now Disruptors coming in as well. Disruptors trying to fight back. Zealots trying to use that charge, but that move and attack, and KiWiKaKi leaves the game, doesn't even say GG. So hope you guys enjoyed it. CowGoMoo takes this game against KiWiKaKi here on Lost Temple. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.